Patrick Mahomes saved the Chiefs season.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And I'm talking about they needed that game. They needed that win. And even the way they got the win, they needed. Because they can say we exercised all of those demons in the first half. And they saw the changeover right after the halftime, and they came back out, and they got back on track. Let me tell you something. We're sitting here saying, yeah, they got back to 500 because they have those 3 losses on their record. Those losses, Baltimore, the Chargers, and Buffalo. Those teams went into yesterday's games at 12-3. All of those teams, you'll see in the playoffs. So you can lose to those teams because you're going to see them in the playoffs. You can't lose to Washington. You can't lose to these teams because now all of the fear of that dynamic, scary offense that you've been scaring the league with, all that fear is gone. All that fear is gone. If Lamar Jackson comes up there and get you, we say, oh, well, Lamar Jackson makes some great plays. Josh Allen played the way he played, they win. You say, oh, yeah, Justin Herbert, the way he was throwing the ball, that's something else. Heineke, he gets you. Oh, buddy, it's over. And I didn't know when a dynasty was over. That's what they would have started saying in that locker room. And when that virus get in your computer, it's over. Your confidence is gone. He came out that second half and said, we're stopping it right here and saved the season. And Mama Mahomes, I'm with you. That ball that went through Tyreek Hill's hand, that shouldn't be called an interception. Since I ain't never dropped any balls, you should call it a fumble on the man. I don't care who, but Mama was right. He played well. Tyreek and Patrick Mahomes saved that season in that whole thing that circulates around that scary offense yesterday.
You know what's so funny? It's like you sit up here and you talk about it. You know, they had to have this game, and well, who the hell doubted that they were going to get this game? I mean, they're playing against Mr. Muffler himself, Taylor Heineke, okay? I mean, Washington, they got McLaurin, but the bottom line is they don't have much. They're not a good team. We're sitting there telling Ron Rivera, you better go and call Cam Newton. I mean, when nobody expected anything from Washington's football team, you don't even have a name. You don't even have a name. Right. Maybe we'll get more respect for you when you get a name, okay?
What is that about? Are they going to ever get a name, or are they just like being the Washington
Listen, first of all, understand that Washington is actually a state, okay? So you ain't even calling them D.C. I mean, in the nation's capital. We don't know whether you talk about, I mean, somebody that ain't paying attention might think you talk about the Pacific Northwest. I mean, that's how pathetic this is. Get a name. Having said all of that, here's the deal.
They were supposed to have a defense now.
Everybody, yes, I know that. Everybody's supposed to get a bye week. How the hell are you going to get a bye month? Because that's what the hell the Kansas City Chiefs get because they get to go against the NFC East. Okay? Now, with the exception of the Dallas Cowboys, Washington, the Giants, and the Eagles really against the 2-time reigning AFC champions? Let's stop the nonsense.
Yeah, but have you looked at November? They got the Packers, the Raiders, and the Cowboys.
No, let's talk about the NFC East. I was just talking about the NFC East.
Kansas City some time to get their team together.
Here's what I would say about Kansas City.
Here's
what I would say about Kansas City. This is why this season isn't saved. We know what Patrick Mahomes brings to the table. The question is their defense. 28th in points allowed, 28th in yards allowed, 25th against the pass, 27th against the rush. The defense is not impressive. Yesterday was an upgrade, and it was against a non-offensive team, a team that lacked so much in offense they're considered offensive. I mean, this is who they are, the Washington football team. Now, when we look at Patrick Mahomes, here's what he can't say. The guy that's got 8 interceptions, after throwing 6 all year last season, that same guy. Here's what Patrick Mahomes would never say because none of us would ever say it. Look, man, my defense stinks. And because of that, that's why I try to play hero ball because I can't trust them. He's not going to tell us that, but that's the situation. And so because he's not going to tell us that, because that's not the situation, okay, because that's the situation, and he can't say it, all right, he can't say, look, I'm worried about Buffalo. I'm worried about the Raiders. I'm worried about Baltimore. I'm worried about Tennessee. I'm worried about all of these teams. He can't go out and say, it's because my defense stinks, and as a result, I'm trying to help out as best I possibly can. That's what's going on. That's what's going on here.
Right.
So he save anything.
But what he did say is, okay, we lost to some top teams, but these other teams that can't score on my defense, oh, they ain't got no shot. So let's close that down while we're working on getting it together. while we're working on, and we need time, you say, oh, this team, they were together last year. They didn't need the time like Tampa needed last year. But they had a brand new offensive line this year. Still working on getting that offensive line together. And I'm going to tell you something. You said, who expected Kansas City to lose that game yesterday? We all knew. Kansas City doubted. That's why that was so big of a game for them. Kansas City, I guarantee
Kansas City
they came out. Did you not see Patrick Mahomes talking about, I have to reevaluate the way I'm playing? The greatest thing.
Stop your lying.
The greatest quarterback and the greatest thing we've had at quarterback since I don't know when started saying, I have to reevaluate the way I'm playing. That is doubt seeping in. That is not supreme confidence. That is not the Patrick Mahomes that we have been seeing.
They are in the bottom of their division. Come on. You know, they're a little concerned. He tried to downplay all the picks, too. We didn't hear that sound, but I heard that as well post-game.
That was a season.
Stephen A., who are you impressed with? I'm waiting to hear the one team you are impressed with.
I'm impressed with several teams. Okay.
Who? Give me one.
I'm impressed with the Ravens. I'm impressed with the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, the Ravens.
I'm impressed with the Buffalo Bills. Okay. I'm impressed with the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. We're just going to drop the mic on that.
Why you had to say that for last, though? Why you start with the Dallas Cowboys? You just couldn't start with the Dallas Cowboys.